Welcome to the podcast, Eva. Nice
Thank
to have you again.
Nice to be here.
Okay, so you've been on Real Housewives pregnant and you've been not pregnant. Which do you prefer?
Well, I've been pregnant, secretly pregnant, and right post-pregnancy. So, both of them have their pros and cons. You know, being pregnant, I think you get a little less heat. I think the women are a lot more sensitive to a pregnant woman, especially now that everyone has basically had a child. And even Marlo is parenting of some sort. And then the other part of it is like you can't pregame. And so you're going into the same situations, but you're too sober for the situation. Or I'm too sober. So you kind of get both. And then sometimes you're glad you missed something because it was crazy. But then other times you can't go places because you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Something you're sad you can't go, like Greece. I missed Greece. I was too far along in my pregnancy, way too many complications. And yeah, I missed the Greece trip.
It has to be hard.
It is.
Yeah. But I mean, you got a cute baby out of it.
A beautiful baby. He's healthy. I'm healthy. And life is good. So, yeah.
Your children are ridiculously beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Are you going to have like 10 more?
No, Lord, no. Listen, I always said I wanted 5, right? Well, I said I wanted none. And then I met the man of my dreams and I said I wanted 5. But now after having a lot of complications with the last pregnancy, I'm not super eager to like jump in and find out that it's positive on the stick.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
How did you get your body back after the baby? Is it
Prayer? Yeah. Prayer works. I've been told a long time ago that muscle memory is real. And if you have good muscle memory and work out and have a healthy regimen before pregnancy, then you're prone to kind of a snap back. But I work at it. It's definitely harder as I get older. 35 is different than 29 being pregnant. But yeah, it's just... The beautiful thing is that my husband loves me however I am. Yeah. And so I don't feel the pressure like at home, it's more so my own postpartum stuff, like wanting to fit back in those jeans. Like if I fit in those jeans, then life is good again. So it's more of those kind of, benchmarks that I give myself. But, it is what it is. If you don't snap back, it's okay.
Well, and I know a date has been set for the reunion.
Yes.
So do you feel like a kind of encouragement to
eat
work
sushi
hard
instead of cheeseburgers? Absolutely. I had sashimi for lunch. I am looking forward to the reunion to say my piece and look fabulous in my white dress.
Who do you want to say your piece to the most?
I would love to clear the air and get back into a better space with Porsha, for sure. Her and I are definitely not where I would want us to be at all. I think she's a great person. We've definitely bumped heads as of late and have not really hashed it out. So the reunion will genuinely be the first time we get a chance to, well, I mean, she has my phone number, so she could definitely call. But beyond that, I think that would be the first time we hash it out.
Yeah. Who do you think's coming for you?
Porsha. Yeah. But like I said, I think she's more so coming for a check.
Yeah. If you had to have chosen one of the housewives to help deliver your baby, had that day you gone into labor, who would it have been?
Oh, that's a hard one. Well, Cynthia, because that's my girl. That's my ace. But Cynthia, I think might kind of like clam up or freak out a little bit. And then I think like Kenya would be really, really, really good and focused, but she might scare me a little bit. So I think I would go with Kandi because Kandi doesn't lose at anything. Like this would be the most successful baby delivery ever. Kandi's going to do it like in record time. And so Kandi, and then I will have Kenya and Cynthia help her like after and weigh the baby and stuff.
Okay, good answer. I think that fans watching this season have a lot of questions in terms of Nene's participation in the group. What was happening behind the scenes that maybe we didn't see?
Well, you know what? I think the fans don't realize there are things that happen behind the scenes that we don't even see. And unless you're like really close friends with or are privy to what's going on, you don't really know. And so Nene, coming in this season, especially after last season's reunion, her relationships with the most of us were fractured.
Yeah.
And so we really didn't know like if Nene was filming, if Nene wasn't filming, because I haven't been hanging out with Nene in months and neither was the other girl. and the other girl next to her. So we don't really know, just because we weren't super tight knit at that time to tell us what's going on. I know that Greg was still battling his cancer, and that happened a little bit more in the season. Don't exactly know where that is now, but I definitely would like to believe that some of it has to do with her own family stuff, you know? But yeah. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about like Nene's supposed to be leaving or phasing out or anything like that. As far as I was concerned, Nene was brought up every episode, every season, every scene I shot. Every time I was with the girls, Nene's name came up. So I don't know anything about her not being around.
I know that it's come up before. Like, I'm particularly thinking about early seasons of Real Housewives of New York, and it came out that people were campaigning others to not film with Bethany. Oh. Was anyone ever asking or encouraging you amongst the group?
Not film with? No, that's a personal reason. So like the way it goes, and you know, you hear the word scene in production, and the reality is you could not get the footage without a production, right? So that's essentially what they do. But all they're doing is recording your life. Like when I went to court for my child's name change, I told them I had a court date. They brought their cameras, and then I said I wanted to celebrate it and invite a few of the girls, and so I did. And so they're just kind of following what we give them. Yeah. They don't tell us like you have to film with such and such. You know, even for Nene's party, for the animal print party, she reached out to me personally. But had she not reached out to me personally, I don't know if I would have went, because we weren't talking. So it didn't make sense for me to go to your lunch, which you're obviously paying for. I'm not coming to lunch and paying. So I assume you're paying for it. You know what I'm saying? So there is definitely the need for real and genuine friendships. You know, you can't kick me in the ass and then expect me to sit and have lunch. Like, why are we at lunch?
Yeah.
So it's not about a campaign of it's shooting against someone. It's like, are you guys in a space where you would want to sit one-on-one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That lunch was a mess just because it was like you had to leave, then Kenya left, and there was a whole thing about people being late. Who's the worst about time in the group?
Well, the biggest offender is the biggest complainer. It's Nene. Nene is like notoriously late to everything, but Nene also is the biggest complainer about people's punctuality. So it's pretty amazing. And I would like to say the most punctual person in the group is me. And then Cynthia next, and then Kandi third.
Okay.
Yes. Good to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is to be late.
Okay.
Showbiz.
Yes. Where currently is the doll that you gave to Kenya?
Kenya Moore. Where is this doll? The last time I checked, Porsha had it. However, Porsha and I are not where I would like us to be in our friendship. Right. So Lord knows where this doll is, and it might be in a dog's mouth. I have absolutely no idea. But I gifted it with good intentions.
Yeah. What is going through your mind watching the relationships on the show? Like, you and your husband, you guys seem like you're in such a great place.
Oh, the romance, yeah. You know, it's kind of difficult to watch the relationships that aren't really working out right now. Early on in the season with Porsha and Dennis, that was very difficult. Porsha's my girl, and Dennis is our guy. That's my husband's friend. That's my friend. And so to kind of see that play out on TV sucked. And in social media, and then to see what's going on with Kenya and Mark, more so because I'm just getting to know Kenya. So this isn't anything that I knew. And then while shooting, I didn't know. Like, we went to a charity event, and then the next day we found out that like there were issues. I had no clue. When we were bowling, I thought they were the perfect couple. So it's really sad because a lot of this we're learning while we watch it also, you know? So I find myself like wanting to text and not knowing what to say, and like, you know, it sucks. But I do commend them for being brave enough and bold enough to be transparent in their truth and however it looks.
Things are also getting heavier between Cynthia and Mike just because learning more about each other now that they're engaged. What do you think about them as a couple?
Oh my God, I love Cynthia and Mike. Like, if I could put a couple together, it would have been them. They are amazing for each other. I think their journey thus far in life have brought them exactly where they're supposed to be. And no one's life is perfect. No man or woman is perfect. We all sin, and we might sin differently. But I think that Mike loves Cynthia to the core, who she really is. Cynthia, the niece, not like this beautiful 50 Cent model, but like the person she is. And same thing for Cynthia. Cynthia is as solid as they come, and she's thorough. And them together, they have the rest of this beautiful life and the next to live together. And I root for them.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
What was it like to be on Watch What Happens Live with Tyra Banks?
Oh my God. Listen, Tyra Lynn Banks, to sit next to Tyra there and just kind of like for a second think back 16 years ago. And then a picture, like Andy threw a picture up and I saw like young me. I knew nothing. I didn't even know what I didn't know. And Tyra, like this young, beautiful mogul, changing lives, and she didn't even know what she was doing at the time. Like I think she knew what she wanted to do, but I don't think she knew how impactful her presence was and what she did and that show would be. Like she literally started and launched my career and gave me the tools that I needed to sustain a career, to look back 16 years later and still, you know, barely 35 and chugging along. I rock with Tyra, and seeing her last night was just everything. It was everything. She was my age when we started. You know what I mean? And to see it was everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's such a thrill for her to see where you are?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If there's anything besides from my parents and my God, I hope that I do Tyra proud.
Oh,
absolutely. Absolutely. She put a lot into us, and I don't think that the people that have been on the show collectively give her just due. I don't think Tyra had an obligation to create any star, but she gave us an opportunity that no other person would have gave. And for that alone, I thank her. And, you know, from that, I figured out how to figure it out. But even in that, she gave us the tools. And just looking at her, she's so diligent. Tyra can stop working. She has enough passive income, but she's just always reinventing, always changing, and staying fierce, promoting beauty, proud and black, and I live for her.
Yeah.
I live for her.
As a model, what do you think about the various models we see sort of popping up as, you know, children of Real Housewives?
Oh my God. Well, you mean the Hadids and stuff? Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I think Yolanda's kids are drop dead gorgeous, made for this business. And then isn't Lisa Rinna's daughter a model also?
Both of them.
Yeah. Beautiful kids. I think they're made for the business. And I mean, if you're going to have any parent to help guide you through this wicked, crazy business, at least have us. Because we're crazy and we recognize crazy. So, yeah, I think they're great. Who else's kids are models in the business?
Those are the two I'm thinking of the most. You know, I know Cynthia's daughter did a little bit with her.
Noelle. Let me tell you, Noelle Robinson is so gorgeous. And she can do her own makeup. She is effortless. Like, she doesn't need zillion-dollar outfits. Her skin is perfect. She is such a beautiful girl. And sometimes you have to look quick on Instagram because you think Cynthia was Noelle and Noelle was Cynthia, because Cynthia is not a human and she doesn't age. It's very weird. It's sorcery.
Since your children are so cute, what if they wanted to be in the industry? No. For my kids to be in the business, it'll require a level of commitment from me and from my husband, and we're not doing that. I'm committed to raising them to be dignified human beings and well-educated human beings and being nice and kind. And there's not enough time in a day to instill all of that. So I definitely don't have time to go to go-sees and explain to them why there's nothing wrong with their nose or their hair texture or all the other things that modeling picks apart. No. No. At Noelle's age, sure. At 18 years old, you're in college, you know what I mean? For sure. You got a driver's license, you can go. But if I have to take you, no. Because I can't unring certain bells, and I can't try to pick up a spirit that a casting director can crush for a child. You know what I mean? I can't do it. Not my kid. I go crazy. We mentioned before the reunion. Do you have your dress yet?
Yes.
We
got our dress, and we submitted her early, honey, because she is one color, and I don't know what all these girls are going to try to pull out, but I did not want to look up and realize that my dress was already snatched. So, yes, she'll be fabulous. She'll be snatched, yiked, and ready post-baby.
Can't wait to see it. Thank you so much. This was
Thank
great.
you.